Speaking of rocking, let's head to Motown. Vikings and Lions. Can he get over 2,000? Can he get over 2,500?
Yes, sir.
Has to average over 156 yards a game to do it.
Okay,
and
we're
Marshall,
gonna start like
his
this
first run.
Okay, listen. If the man first carry can go for like 80 on you, you know he getting the ball. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
7-zip Minnesota. Now Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson.
Man,
it's a touchdown, we think.
Man, why did he reach for it, Calvin? Why did you reach, Mega?
Well, they have to review it. They do it with all scoring plays, and they say not a touchdown because watch.
He reached. All he had
And
to do
the
was
ball
hold it
hit
in.
the carpet and moved.
You're falling 2 feet inside.
Calvin, of all people, should remember,
He started
I
it.
can't do that because in 2010, week 1 in Chicago, I caught the ball. It should have been the game winner, but as I reached around to kind of celebrate, that's incomplete,
like
too.
we were just here when that happened.
Had only 37 yards
3 years ago, man.
receiving on the day. Second quarter, 7-6 Vikings. Christian Ponder, ball tipped.
Great play.
Andre Levy returns it for the touchdown, or so we thought. We just talked about what happened with Ndamukong Suh. He's 15 yards behind the play.
And you block it.
The chop block on John Sullivan.
Don't make sense.
Come on.
Well, how can you help your teammate right now?
Hey, he's
can't.
just trying to get them back from chopping him off.
Yeah, but you can't do it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Third quarter, Lions up by 3. Everybody wondering, how in the world is Reggie Bush going to fit in this offense?
Oh, I know how he's going to fit, and this is how they're going to use him. Today, I was actually surprised. They ran, they gave him the ball with some handoffs. I think he had about maybe 80, 85 yards rushing. That's a pretty good day for Reggie. He almost went 100.
Yeah, 77 on that catch, longest TD of his career. Next possession, Christian Ponder. We'll get that to Adrian Peterson. You know, it was weird. He had 78 on that first carry. Then he had 15 in the next 17
Oh, they
carries.
blitzed every run play.
Yeah. Well, fourth quarter, Peterson and Ponder can't get on the same page. Plus, we got a little trip from one of the offensive linemen. That's a turnover.
Ponder, where's he from?
Florida State.
Florida State.
Now listen, man. It's because AP is there, but we really have to put a big eye on Ponder, man.
So here we go. The Lions trying to capitalize. Matthew Stafford, not his most powerful pass ever, but that to the undrafted rookie out of UCLA, Joseph Fourier. Lions. Yeah, well, and with good reason, because we got plenty to get to in this one. Cardinals home opener for Carson Palmer. Bruce Arians taking on Detroit, which hasn't won there in 20 years. Calvin Johnson, 37 yards receiving a week ago. Did a little bit better on this play.
Oh, see, this is one of those plays. You got him, I got him. No, I got him, and he scores.
72 yards on that touch. Detroit up 7-3. Later on in the frame, Cards up 10-7. Stafford to Johnson.
Real route. Nice pick play.
6 catches, $116, those 2 scores. Third quarter, Lions up 14-10. Now, earlier in the game, Reggie Bush injured his leg. He's back in it at this point. Maybe he shouldn't have been. Ends up dropping it. Calais Campbell recovers, led to a Arizona field goal, so they're back within 1. Next Cards possession, Carson Palmer still have life in that arm, LT?
Oh, yes, sir, he did. He still has a lob on, but to the wrong defender.
DeAndre Levy picks it off, and immediately Ndamukong Suh fell to the ground to save himself $100K. I promise you that. So the Lions extend their lead. They're up 21-13. But here comes Carson Palmer. You know why? Because he's got Patrick
Peterson. Look at this guy. He can run. He can throw. Hey, Prime, did you ever do this?
Oh, no.
I threw the ball, but I didn't complete it.
You're over?
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. It was the receiver's fault.
It always is. Terry Taylor, 17 yards on that. It would lead to another Cardinals field goal. But fourth quarter, 2nd and goal for Arizona. Rashard Mendenhall.
Get in there.
Is he?
Did he break the plane?
He's in. He's in, and the Cardinals have a 4-point lead. So here comes Matthew Stafford to Nate Burleson, but
There's your guy.
That's my guy. I told several teams, you better draft this kid. He's going to be a stud.
Cardinals get the win 25-21 as Detroit's lost 7 straight out in the desert.
Detroit and Washington, RG3 looking for the Redskins' first win. Lions, Matthew Stafford, well, maybe he throws 7 touchdowns today. Here's touchdown number 1. Unfortunately, it's to D'Angelo Hall. He goes in for the pick 6. Redskins lead it 7-0. Next Lions possession. 1st and 10, the Redskins 12. Reggie Bush out of action today, so it's Joik Bell takes the handoff, and he goes 12 yards for the touchdown. Ain't no Joik here. Lions even it up at 7-7. Second quarter now. Redskins get the ball back. 10th play of the drive. Griffin being chased by Willie Young, looking for Pierre Garçon like he always is, except this one's intercepted by Chris Houston. Houston, yes, that was an issue. Everybody says problem. I wanted to say issue. Redskins ball, 3rd and 5 from the Lions 48. Griffin to Santana Moss. He goes 18 yards down the sideline for the first down. Next play, 1st and 10 from the Lions 30. Alfred Morris, 30 yards down the sideline. This looks like 2012 Alfred Morris. Redskins tie the game at 14. Lions would lead at the break by 3, 17-14. Fourth quarter now, game is tied at 17. 1st and 10 from the 50. RG3 scrambles up the middle. He's going to dive head first for a first down at the Lions 29, but the ground causes the fumble. That's Lions football. Watch again because Griffin dove head first and not touched. He is not down by contact. Lions take over. Don't question Ed Hockley. Don't question Ed Hockley. There's Matt Stafford with the ball now. Looks for Nate Burleson. A laser for 47 yards. That led to a David Akers field goal. Lions up 20-17. Now the Redskins looking to get even. Griffin throws deep for Aldrick Robinson. And this is a touchdown. The Redskins lead 23. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. All scoring plays are reviewed. Not so fast. Ball comes out on the ground. Did not maintain possession. Redskins would have to punt 3 plays later instead of a touchdown. 4th and inches from the Redskins 12. The Lions going for it, trying to salt the game away. Stafford. Quarterback sneak gets the first down. Then he says, I'm not playing around anymore. Where's Calvin? Calvin Johnson, meet the end zone, the 11-yard touchdown. Watch it again. Calvin Johnson somehow avoids every member of the defense of the Washington Redskins on this play. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys around him, and he still finds his way into the end zone. Lions up 27-17. Redskins, desperation time. 2nd and 10 from the Lions 32. RG3. Santana Moss on the sideline. Complete for 14 yards. John Potter would kick a 21-yard field goal to get him within 7. Last chance for the Redskins. 6 seconds left. It's a Hail Mary. Pierre Garçon's all by himself, surrounded by 11 Lions. This doesn't work. Jim Schwartz has pumped. Lions get their first ever win in Washington. 27-20.
Big game of the NFC North in Detroit. Bears, Lions, Matthew Stafford. And the Lions 1-9 their last 10 meetings against Chicago. Jay Cutler looking for his 4th consecutive win against Detroit. You know, under Mark Trestman, Matt Forte had been touching the ball a little bit more this season.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Nice little play right here. You see Matt Forte take and then just
untouched. Literally untouched.
Who's supposed to be there?
Anybody.
Wow.
Bears on top 10-6, 80 yards in 2 plays.
Yeah, here again, great job blocking. Alshon Jeffrey gets 2 guys. If you see down the field, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, they're figuring it out there on the Lions sideline. Non-verbaling, showing us what happened. Michael Spurlock then returns the punt. Is he going to score?
Wow.
I'll say no.
Yes,
I'll say only 57 yards down to the 22.
How'd you know that?
I've got some, maybe a cheat sheet in front of me there.
Nice.
Great field position. Stafford, now he fumbled, and he got it back.
Yeah, that's funny how that worked out. You know, Matthew Stafford right there. Nice job by Briggs you're going to see there. And Stafford gets the ball, ends up with it on a touchdown.
Next Bears possession, 1st down and 10. Cutler looking for who else? Brandon Marshall. And Cutler been avoiding interceptions this year, but does not avoid that one by Glover Quinn.
That's the back foot floater, Paul.
Tough to get away with it.
You may have thrown 1 of those or 2 of those in your career. You know what I'm talking about.
Usually don't work. He had 3 picks on the afternoon. Only had 3 interceptions coming into the day. So Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson. That's seen nice. That 100 times.
That's nice.
Lions on top 23-10. They score 14 points in 21 seconds. Wow. Next possession, Reggie Bush back in the lineup.
This guy, and I kept saying this is the best offseason acquisition, if you ask me, one of the best. He fumbled the ball there, but Reggie Bush had a big day.
Megatron saved him, and Reggie Bush had his head down there, but he's not going to here. Watch this move right there. And there he goes.
And look
Reggie
at the burst. Watch the burst right there at the end. Peanut Tillman trying to come in, punch that ball out. Good job, Reggie Bush.
How about we take a look at some Ndamukong Suh? Get some words for the first-round pick, Kyle Long.
Man-possessed.
We'll see how well he is prepared to block me when we play on Sunday. He's looking forward to the opportunity. Okay? So where is he?
Right there. And Jay Cutler's lucky he didn't actually blow his knee out there. Sue did a great job. He ran right through him. Watch right here. You're going to see him run right through him. That's just brute strength.
Jay Cutler didn't look good for that left knee there. Third quarter, 3rd down and 10.
Here's another strip sack for Sue, and then all of a sudden the big little Nick Fairley, little Nicky.
A Nick Fairley highlight.
Absolutely.
Couple of first-round picks on that defensive line teaming up.
Little stunt, you're going to see right here, the ET stunt comes around the outside. Good job stripping the ball away. Cutler doesn't feel it. But Cutler's got the ball way too low as well. Held on to the ball long. Good job by Sue. And
he went down.
Wow. That's the only time he's ever gone down.
That's okay, though. It's all right. When you're 3-1, that kind of stuff doesn't hurt so much. So we have a tie atop the NFC North. The Bears and the Lions sitting there.
And Cutler, I believe, 7-1 versus the Bears. Versus the Lions going into this game. 7-1. That's dominance right there. It's a statement game for the Lions, no question about it.
Let's go to Lambeau Field, NFC North battle, the Packers and the Lions without Calvin Johnson. And they would really feel his absence.
That's a lot of offense sitting on the sideline.
Sure is.
And there's a lot of great catch right there. Randall Cobb only needing the left hand.
Look at that. Beautiful. One knee equals 2 feet, right?
That's the rule.
Led to a Mason Crosby field goal. The Packers led 3-0. Packers had a little case of the dropsies today. Play action. Wow. Ryan Taylor can't hang on. Next play, 3rd down and 9. We saw Randall Cobb with a one-handed catch earlier. I don't know if I'm going to give him a drop.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Getting hit in the back, low ball. Good throw by Rodgers. You got to put it where you got to get it, but tough catch.
Another field goal made it 6-0. So without Calvin Johnson, there's Stafford to Brandon Pettigrew on 3rd down and 10, leaping Packer defenders to pick up 25.
See your sweet feet. That's a big man jumping like that, dude.
He's a real big man jumping like that. And you really got, I really like what Detroit is doing. They know they got to go into this and fight with one hand behind their back. Problem is, they did miss this guy.
He did find 8 different receivers on the day, but Chris Durham can't hang on.
Yeah, Megatron's catching that one.
3rd down and 15, deep for Durham. Joseph Fourier also there. Nobody comes down with it.
Megatron's going to get that one.
David Akers, 53 yards out, made it 6-3 Green Bay at halftime. 3rd quarter, Packers back with the ball. Randall Cobb taking the handoff.
Listen, it's alert, alert, alert. When you see 1-8 in the backfield, you know what? He's not there to protect the quarterback. I promise you that.
67-yard dash led to another Mason Crosby field goal, his 3rd of the afternoon. It's 9-3 Green Bay. Next possession, Rodgers with time to James Jones.
That's just nice.
No one going to catch him there.
Well, but if you get a replay of Rodgers back there, he in rhythm, just bam, pats his foot, puts it there. A little hallelujah dance.
Jones had 4 catches, 127 yards, and that touchdown. 4th quarter now, it's 3rd down and 3. Stafford to his right. Looking for Tony Shepler.
Got to catch the ball.
And Tony normally makes those big catches in those moments.
4th down and 3, going for it. Stafford to Durham. Also incomplete.
And that part, Durham on that Lambeau field is a unique field. If you've never played on it, it's like, I want to call it weeds. It's so thick.
Well, you better have your inch spikes in. That way Chris Durham can keep his feet. He falls down and, pass incomplete.
Rodgers to Jones. Rodgers 20 out of 34, 274, and it wasn't pretty. Hey, Calvin Johnson could only shake his head on the sideline as the Lions fall to 3-2. The Packers improved to 2-2. Not much offense early, but Green Bay pulls away late. Browns, Lions. All-pro wide receiver Calvin Johnson is back on the field after missing last week's game. Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson. Can't make the catch. The ball just bounces off his hands. Maybe he's a little rusty.
Well, I benched him on my fantasy team, just so you know.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just was a little nervous about it.
Did he make you regret that decision?
Next play to Joseph Fourier. Now, I want you guys to watch this dance. Darren, watch this.
What is that?
Huh?
Nice.
I don't even know how to describe that dance.
That was good. That was entertaining.
He's setting dancing back 100 years, Paul, by doing that type of stuff.
I tell you what he's going to do. He's going to set dunking forward here a little bit later on in the show.
Hey, Travis Benjamin, remember on Thursday night, a couple Thursdays ago, he had the big return. There he goes, 45 yards. Same drive. It's 2nd and goal from the 4. Whedon to Chris Obanaya. He's wide open. We're all tied at 7.
We heard me talking about this yesterday on NFL Total Access, talking about weeding the weed whacker, because you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get the good plays like that, and then you're going to get that uneven play. That's why you use a lawnmower as opposed to the weed whacker. Nice play. Weed makes play happen. They score a touchdown.
You've been doing this for a lot of years, Jamie. It's the first time you've gone gardening on us.
You never get that smooth, consistent cut. A little lumpy, a little up and down.
17-7. There's Reggie Bush, 39 yards.
Best acquisition of the offseason, if you ask me.
4 plays later, Stafford to Bush again.
And I love when they use him with that middle screen because it gives him the entire football field to work with.
So the Lions cutting that lead to only 3. It's 17-14. Next possession, 3rd and 7. Finding Calvin Johnson for a hard-fought 8 yards and a first down.
And Stafford right there delivering the ball through, get his hand kind of tied up with the defender, but good job of him just firing a strike through.
Look, Stafford with time, but that one is tipped and picked by Deshaun Gibson.
That's a nice throw.
That's a great play by Joe Hayden, I believe, that broke that pass up.
But that was a nice throw, though. Nice throw by Stafford.
Stafford can't believe it, and the Browns have the ball in their own 30. That eventually led to a punt.
Yeah, those things happen sometime. I mean, he delivers a strike in there. Great play, as you mentioned, by Hayden.
Fourier earned himself another look here with that touchdown, Jamie.
How about this one here?
Now, what is he going to do?
We'll show you how. This is how you finish. Don't.
Oh, boy. Okay. Now, you can dance how you want to dance, and you can get up and throw that thing down like that, Paul.
All right. Can you do this? Can you flip it to O'Brien from that far away?
Come on.
I mean, eventually you knew this was going to happen.
That's the weed whacker.
Don't be surprised.
The weed whacker.
That's that lumpy cut right there, Jamie. That's that smooth.
Yeah.
That's that lumpy. That's that pothole.
The weed whacker.
2 TDs, 2 picks for Whedon. Stafford to Fourier again.
Threesome for Fourier?
What's he doing this time?
Wow. Wow. Oh, okay, the little cabbage patch. I like that cabbage patch. All right, Christian, I can do that cabbage patch.
How old is that? That's at least 20 years, isn't it?
15, 20,
You probably were cabbage patching back in the day, huh, Paul?
Yeah, probably 20. I don't think I've done it myself.
You did.
We're taking on the Cincinnati Bengals in Motown. So Matthew Stafford v. Andy Dalton, who was very impressive in this one. As in very early on.
Where from?
TCU.
TCU?
AJ Green, great week 1. Missed him for about a month. 100-yard effort last week, and then this, beating Chris Houston for the 82-yard touchdown, longest of his career. And for more, I bring in my double move correspondent, Deion Sanders.
Young corners, let me tell you something. You see him throw, you see him go. Cornerback stops on the move, looks at the backfield. When he sees the quarterback release the ball, rampart.
All right.
You have a victim.
That's one great receiver in this game. What about Megatron? Held to 3 catches and 25 yards last week in Cleveland. Here working on Leon Hall, who blew out his Achilles on that play.
Praying for you, big fella.
And then here on Terrence Newman, it's a great effort, but it's no catch.
Great coverage right there.
And then taking the big hit as well. 3 catches for 40 yards in the first half for Calvin Johnson.
Such a win like that.
On to the third. Andy Dalton looking for one of his many weapons on offense. Here's the rookie first-round pick, Tyler Eifert, with his first pro score.
Look at the protection.
That's a nice catch.
Good protection.
But here come the Lions on their next possession. It's Matthew Stafford, who became the first Bengals opponent in the last 21 tries to throw for over 300 yards. It's Johnson. That's a 27-yard touchdown, and then 81 goes for the 360.
Nice dump.
That's a bad man.
On to the fourth. Lions down by 7. It's 3rd and 18 from midfield. Watch Stafford improvise and say, just go. It's like the backyard. Go, 81. I don't care how many defenders you got on you.
Oh,
come on now. Come on.
You would think that one of them would try to grab his arm.
He had 9 grabs, a $155, a couple of scores.
Because they all ball hawks.
Right.
So the Bengals now get the ball, tied at 24, and Dalton looking for A.J. Green, who had 6 grabs, a $155, but Glover Quinn gets his mitts on this one.
You got to put that out there. He had it.
Later on in the fourth, Lions ball under a minute to go, 3rd and 4. Kind of a curious call here. Stafford pressured by Reggie Nelson, so Lions are going to have to punt. But there's only like a half minute left, so you figure a decent punt. The Bengals really don't have any shot. We're probably looking at overtime. Unless Sam Martin just chokes it. 28 yards on the punt.
See, kickers and punters, you do stuff like this. I think you have to donate your check to charity.
So the Bengals are in midfield. Now in Lions territory, Dalton to Giovanni Bernard. Rookie, get down! He does. Use their last time out. And here comes Mike Nugent. Won it against Buffalo a week ago. Here from 54 yards out.
Nugent! 54 don't mean nothing to Nugent.
And look who's 5-2 atop these AFC board. 3-point win in Detroit.
Do your thing, baby. You the man.
You want to go?
You got that blue on,
man.
Let's do some Lions and Cowboys.
That.
What do you think? There's Megatron, Dez Bryant. That was the matchup everybody was talking about before the game. Here he is, 81. Could he go the distance?
Is he answering the call?
Yes, but the problem with playing cover 2, you get past the corner. The safety is 15 to 17 yards deep, and this is what you got to deal with.
87-yard gain for Megatron.
Yeah, a little Teddy Riley.
4 plays later, they go ahead and let him score. His 7th touchdown of the year. Lions up 7-0. Calvin Johnson doing the celebration thing, which isn't much for him. Dez Bryant on the sidelines said this week. I believe I can do whatever he can do. Dez Bryant referring to Calvin Johnson. And how about this?
That's a
great play.
That's a phenomenal grab. This is pure athletic ability right there, what you see with Dez Bryant.
This is Dez Bryant saying, I am going to go up and get it, and nobody is going to stop me.
You got 2 guys on him, and the corner doesn't get outside, and you know Dez Bryant's running the fade. Great play, great focus, great concentration.
What a play by Dez Bryant.
No, everybody's happy now.
Yeah, everybody's good.
Give him time.
3rd quarter, things would change a little bit. Matthew Stafford, deep over the middle to Calvin Johnson. We don't see him do this very often. What happened, Willie?
Contact. Sometimes when you get a good hit and draw that ball loose, and he was trying to make a play. He was trying to spin out of it. It was a good play by the defense.
Yeah,
you got to give him some props sometimes, Dan. It's okay.
Well, it's okay to give defense props. Barry
right.
Church hits him. Brandon Carr recovers. Matthew Stafford can't believe that his go-to guy fumbled. It's okay. I believe he would make up for it later in the game.
Yeah,
no worries, Megatron.
He doesn't mind.
So on the ensuing Cowboys possession, Tony Romo looking for Dez here, but that's bad. That's a little behind him. So the Cowboys had to settle on a 53-yard field goal. Dez Bryant, irate on the sidelines. What's he saying, Irv?
He ran back like somebody said something.
Yeah, Dez, he's talking about he wants the football.
Put the ball where I can catch it.
He's talking about he wants the football.
How about that?
Now, see, we showed it like right after that play, then he went over and yelled at Tony. Now, it didn't happen come off like that.
No. Not in that sequence.
It did not come down like
that. happened in that sequence.
Yes, it did.
That did.
How do you stop that, Pond?
You need 2 Reeveses.
So here are the Cowboys, and they're starting to look good here because
I like this kid.
Terrence Williams, why not?
I like Williams. Yeah, I did XO on him this morning. He's really starting to play. It plays hard right now.
Well, you didn't play XO on Miles Austin.
I can't get him on the field.
That's his 4th straight game with a touchdown, and the Cowboys take a 20-10 lead. It is a rookie record for the Cowboys. And here's Stafford to Megatron again.
He tried to get in there.
See, the corner was on the ground.
Yes.
Well, that sets up a Joyce Belt touchdown. So it's a 3-point game with the Lions trailing by 3. Tony Romo now to Dez Bryant. This is a special play.
This is the thing that Dez Bryant was arguing about. He called Calvin Johnson out. Now he has to perform. They wasn't getting him the ball at that point. He yelled. They got him the ball. That's the result. Well, everybody's happy now.
Now it's a 10-point lead.
Jason
Garrett,
now,
Dez, everybody's celebrating, but let's not forget that Matthew Stafford has a guy who can catch too, and his name is Calvin. Wow. Calvin Johnson, guys, 14 catches, 329 yards on the day.
2 guys.
What can you do here, Brian?
You got to go up and get the ball at the highest point. That's what they teach defensive backs to do. But if the defensive back could do that, they would be playing receiver.
All right, so it's 3rd and 12 on their own 23. Jason Garrett calls a passing play with just over 2 minutes to go. A lot of people second-guessing the call. Maybe he should have ran it. The Cowboys are forced to punt. Now, Jason Garrett could have forced him to call a timeout, but he didn't. So it's 4th and 12 on the ensuing Lions possession. Matthew Stafford almost picked off by Jeff Heath. They turn it over on downs.
Heath played a great game, too.
Yes, he did.
He played a very good game. So Cowboys have the ball now. It's 3rd and 14 at the Lions 35. Dez Bryant, not on the field.
How can that be?
Well, maybe because they're going to run it.
Yeah, but you still should have your best player on the field.
Because you know somebody's going to be scared to keep a safety somewhere
exactly.
back.
So there's a penalty, but the Lions decline it. The penalty would have stopped the clock. The right move by Jim Schwartz there. Very good decision. So the Cowboys settle on a field goal. They essentially traded 3 points for an extra 40 seconds. And here is the Mercedes-Benz drive of the day. The Lions come alive.
That's a laser.
Wow.
And that was an incredible throw down the sideline.
Stafford to his former college roommate Chris Durham to the Cowboys 23. He's a little jacked up. 33 seconds left now. Stafford to Calvin Johnson. What a pass,
Is
Brian.
there anybody in America who didn't know this ball was going to Calvin Johnson and he still completed it?
Yeah, somebody
Between
in
two
Cowboys
guys.
secondary. Between two guys.
Stafford's telling everybody he's going to spike it, right?
It's called a clock it.
Wrong.
Clock it play. There's 2 plays on this you can call. And Dan Marino is one of the first guys to do it. It's a clock it, where you actually clock it and throw it in the dirt, and it's a clock play, where it's a play call. I think he fooled everybody. He just did his own thing on this one.
His own team had no idea what he was doing.
Nobody
Stafford
moved.
went
Nobody
rogue.
moved.
He did it on his own. That proved to be the game-winning touchdown. And here's Dez again getting into an argument on the sideline. Jason Witten. This was not a good scene for Dez on the sidelines. 31-30 the final.
Lions and Bears. Jay Cutler back on the field after missing last week with a groin injury. Opening Bears drive, 3rd and 6 from their own 39. Cutler connects with Brandon Marshall, 17 yards. 2 plays later, 1st and 10 from the Lions, 32. It's Cutler to Marshall again. This one a little bit longer. Plenty of time. 32-yard touchdown. Bears lead 7-0. Jay Cutler, 3 out of 4 for 61 yards on the first possession. It's that easy, Brandon Marshall. How about a Ndamukong Suh package? Making his presence felt on Jay Cutler first quarter. Suh brings Cutler down for a sack, but a flag on a play. Watch this. Yep, it's the old Suh face mask sack and the twist. Second quarter, game tied at 7. Cutler looking for Martellus Bennett instead. Picked off by DeAndre Levy. His 5th interception this season, most among linebackers. Watch again, Suh with the deflection that allowed Levy to make the pick. Game tied at 7 at halftime. Third quarter, Lions 1st and 10 from the Bears 47. It's Reggie Bush, runs right for a gain of 39 yards, all the way down to the 8-yard line. Bush had 105 yards rushing on 14 carries. 2 plays later, 2nd and goal from the 4. How about the fade to Calvin Johnson? Yep, 4 yards away. Lions take a 14-7 lead. Calvin ties Herman Moore for most receiving touchdowns in franchise history. Jay Cutler trying to work out that groin, trying to stay effective. He throws, hit immediately by Levy, grabs his groin. Next offensive drive, miscommunication with Matt Forte. Cutler bobbles, moves gingerly, just throws it away. After an incomplete pass, Cutler knocked down, has trouble getting up. We're foreshadowing here. This is what's called a foreshadow. Remember all those plays. Fourth quarter, Bears trailing 14-10. 1st and goal from the 9 after a Stafford interception. Matt Forte into the end zone for a touchdown, but a holding call negates the touchdown. So it comes back 2 plays later, 3rd and goal. It's Alshon Jeffrey. And he pulls it in for the score. Ruled a touchdown, but watch on the replay. Jeffrey does not have full control. He bobbles the ball. Touchdown overturned. They would have to settle for a Robbie Gould field goal to cut the deficit to 14-13. 4 minutes left in the game. Lions ball still leading 14-13. It's Stafford to Megatron. 14-yard completion and a new set of downs. 5 plays later. 3rd and 10 from the Bears 14. As we've seen so often. Stafford to Johnson. Megatron, who says, Starscream, you have failed me again. Lions lead 21-13 now. Calvin Johnson all alone, most touchdowns in Lions history. Bears need to hurry the final 2 minutes, so Jay Cutler and his groin on the bench. Josh McCown and his right arm in the game. 4th and 1 from the Lions 42. They have to go for it. McCown hits Brandon Marshall for a gain of 14. Shades of Caleb Haney. With the one game he was good. McCown avoids pressure. Brandon Marshall, touchdown. Bears cut it to 21-19. But they have to go for 2 with less than a minute left to go. McCown looks into the end zone for Dante Rosario. Throws incomplete, and the Lions win it. But wait a second. Willie Young called for roughing the passer. He leaped at McCown with his helmet, so the Bears get one more chance. Second attempt. Eesh, that first one had a better shot. Think the Lions are ready to sniff that one out? Matt Forte stuffed by Nick Fairley. Lions hold on and win 21-19. Congratulations. There is a new team in first place in the NFC North, and it is the Detroit Lions.
Lions and the Steelers from Pittsburgh. Matthew Stafford hoping to get the Lions a win in Pittsburgh. First time since 1955. It counts as a long time ago. Antonio Brown had a huge afternoon and got started out well first quarter.
It's the uniforms, Paul. You know what it is.
You like him or you don't like him?
No, I don't like it. It reminds you of a correctional team.
Hey, sometimes they play the best football. You know that.
I guess, longest yard, man.
Antonio Brown touchdown. Here's Ben Roethlisberger just being Ben Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job right there.
And that's what he can do. He still can improvise as good as anybody in the league. And sometimes you need that.
Nobody's tackled Antonio Brown yet. I don't even think he's been touched. 14-0 Pittsburgh early. There's another receiver in this game who's also over 100 yards, of course. And that's Calvin Johnson. He also had a big first half. Second quarter, Lions down 17-3. Where is he?
Oh, boy.
How do you get that
wide open.
Yes.
Could he be the next CJ 2K?
As in 2,000 total receiving yards?
How about long term? Can he break Jerry Rice's record?
That ain't close.
You don't think so?
No. Because he'll be making $29 million a year by that time, so the league won't ever pay him that kind of money. Because you got to have the longevity. Jerry put up
he's
numbers.
going to be able to still be able to play. It doesn't matter how much money they pay him. He's going to still, somebody's going to
this league has changed. It's about cheddar now.
More Calvin Johnson going to work on Ike Taylor.
$30 million and they cut him. You think nobody's going to pick him up?
19-yard score. The Lions led by 7.
There's a very
at
little
halftime.
chance he's going to have that kind of a career.
20 years.
Yes.
Fourth quarter, the Lions leading 27-23. Stafford looking at Johnson in the end zone. Broken up by Ryan Clark.
Nice play by Ryan Clark.
Yep.
And Ike Taylor.
Next play, 4th and 5. Fake field goal.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Ryan Clark recovers for the Steelers. Don't like the call, of course. Didn't work.
That's a poor coaching decision. Kick the field goal.
Lions could have been up by 7. So the Steelers back with it. Antonio Brown. 3rd down and 9. He gets 16.
Paul, I'm going to tell you why.
Yes.
Because you'll see a lot of times when you make a bad decision, it gives the other team life. You'll see right now what the Pittsburgh Steelers do with the football.
Lots of life given to the Steelers. That was 4th and 2. Remember, they just picked up a 3rd down and 9. Le'Veon Bell.
Nothing to lose. Let's go for it.
Jericho Cotchery. He's got a first down and then some. 19 yards down to the Detroit 1-yard line. 3 plays later, Roethlisberger, Will Johnson.
Good pickup by the
Steelers
fullback
on top.
That play right there that landed up.
And then now exactly what we were talking about. Now they're not tied. If you kick the field goal, it's a 30-30 game. Now they're down and now have to kind of be in catch-up mode. Result, Stafford makes a forced throw right here.
Looking for Calvin Johnson, of course, but Will Allen is there to pick off that underthrow.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you got to put the ball up.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. I don't have a problem with making that throw, but if you're going to make that throw, put it up. You got to airmail it so Calvin can jump at it.
Calvin held without a catch in the second half. He had 6 catches, 179 yards, all coming in the first 2 quarters. Jericho Cotchery.
Nice.
Wide open.
Nice.
Nice play design. Fake screen, take off by the number 2 receiver.
Both quarterbacks well over 300 yards, but Ben Roethlisberger much more efficient at 29 of 45 for 367 and 4 TDs.
They're going to miss him when they trade him. You know that, right?
I don't think that they will. That's a good sign. You know, all the criticism. That lets you know how Big Ben, the makeup of Big Ben, bounced back and had a great performance.
Tampa Bay and Detroit. Matthew Stafford and the Lions sit atop the NFC North. Would they be at the end of this highlight? Second quarter, Lions ball trailing 10-7, 3rd and 6. Stafford throws right. Joseph Foria for the touchdown. Foria loves it a lot. I'm rolling. Take another look. He maintains possession, gets both feet in bounds before getting pushed out. 11th catch and 6th touchdown of the year. He's like the John Kuhn of receivers. Next Lions possession, same score. Stafford looking for Brandon Pettigrew instead. Leonard Johnson, 48 yards for the touchdown. That looked like it hurt. He got hurt more doing that leap. Take another look. Brandon Pettigrew ducks as the ball comes near him. That is not going to earn him points in film review this week. Stafford is irate, and rightfully so. Buccaneers retake the lead 17-14. Hey, how about Revis Island against Megatron? I know it sounds like a movie on the Sci-Fi Network. Here's Revis staying with Johnson step for step. Revis in zone coverage. Johnson breaks away. Ball is thrown incomplete. Johnson beats Revis on the slant for 19 yards. So, back and forth a bit. Johnson would have 4 catches for 61 yards in the first half. Ensuing Lions possession, Stafford looks deep, overthrows a wide open Calvin. Stafford can't believe it. Oh my God, Revis is 5 yards away from him. Revis would hurt his groin though on the play and would not return to the game. Matchup ended. Third quarter, Lions opening possession, same score. Stafford goes back to Pettigrew this time, jumps courageously for the football, salutes the Lions faithful. It's 21-17 Lions. Next time they have the ball, Stafford looking for Calvin. This one intercepted by Keith Tandy, who just stood in the middle of the field and jumped up for the football. The third interception for the day from Stafford. Fourth quarter, Buccaneers ball and the same score. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Mike Glennon says, I'm going to try bet here. I'm going to try a little play action. Deep to Taquan Underwood. He's wide open. Pushes the DB away and goes 85 yards for the touchdown. Buccaneers retake the lead 24-21. And suddenly things are looking dire for the Lions. Next time they possess the ball, 4th and 21. Sam Martin's punt is blocked and recovered by Ted Larson for 11 yards. 1st and 10 from the Lions' 11. 4 plays later, this could be a big one. Ryan Lindell from 35 yards away. It's a gimme, right? Lindell just pushes it wide of the upright, ruled no good. Lindell is irate. Schiano would challenge the ruling, but the officials say that play is unreviewable. If it goes over the upright, can't look at it. Lions ball from the 25. Stafford connects with Chris Durham for 19 yards, but Durham fumbles, recovered by Kelsey McCray. The Lions, their own worst enemies on Sunday. Watch it again. Durham, up in the air, just loses control of the football. Stays in bounds, comes out. That's a fumble. Ensuing Buccaneers possession. Ryan Lindell lining up from 50 yards away. Maybe a little bit longer, he would make it, and this one is no good again. Ryan Lindell says, really? That's what happened, really? 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 So now the Lions have a chance. A minute to go. Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. But it goes in and out of Johnson's hands, into the hands of Jonathan Banks. He breaks bad towards the football and breaks towards a win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Watch it again. Uncharacteristic move. Calvin can't possess it. And yes, Johnson and the Lions fall 24-21 to Tampa.
Let's go to Detroit. It's game 1 today on Thanksgiving. There's a handshake, one quarterback playing, one not.
And what is he showing him? All these different quarterbacks.
I like how you saw that, huh?
Yeah. You saw that, huh?
Turnovers.
Arm angles.
Turnovers, a real story here today. First quarter, Reggie Bush up the middle.
This is what bothers me, because Reggie before this game said, I will not fumble anymore this entire season. And look what happened.
He didn't intend to.
Yeah, but you don't say that because you know it can happen. That's like me saying I'm not going to miss a tackle for the rest of the season. Those things happen.
What?
Yeah, those things happen.
You missed?
I did miss some. Very few.
Wow.
Very few, but some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second quarter, Matthew Stafford. Unaware that Nick Perry was there, football comes out, Morgan Burnett. Here we have a number 42 for the Packers scoring a touchdown there.
Oh, that looks familiar, doesn't
Sure
it?
it does.
Does your heart go,
Doesn't
huh?
look eerily familiar?
His hips a little looser than yours.
Nice job by Nick Perry,
Yes.
the former first-round pick out of USC, knocking it out. Aaron
Okay,
Rodgers
that's-
liking
that's
it.
a
The
good arm.
Packers,
That's a
Packers
good
on
arm.
top
Good
10-3. Now Stafford is intercepted by Tremont Williams looking for Chris Durham. That's 3 turnovers, not even halfway through the second quarter. Detroit back with it, looking for Reggie Bush. Had a big afternoon. Well-placed ball, 32-yard gain.
I mean, just the skill, body control.
I said it again, he's having a Pro Bowl year.
No question about it.
He's having a Pro Bowl year.
Yep.
Tie game. There's a, speaking of a well-placed ball, strike to Jeremy Ross. Lions tie the game up at 10. Matthew Stafford off and running now. Get used to seeing Detroit score.
He even changes his angles on his fist pump.
Oh, come on. It was a proper fist pump. Reggie Bush up the middle for 23. That's 1st and goal now, Lions. And if Reggie got you down there, and you said he's not going to fumble anymore, Darren,
give it to him.
He is to be trusted with the ball. That's easy.
Something that you're seeing in the graphic, the 3 turnovers early, 10 points, and the number is still 10 for the Green Bay Packers. That means that offense isn't doing too much.
We haven't seen the top receiver in the NFL yet. There he is. Calvin Johnson, 20-yard gain inside the 10 and into the end zone.
This made no sense to me. He came in motion, and they allowed him, the best receiver in the world, to roam free.
I don't know what's going on.
It made no sense.
I have no idea what they're thinking back there.
How'd it go from Matt Flynn today?
It didn't go like that because that's the last time he faced him, and those were some nice numbers.
He had some protection issues, either that or he couldn't see where to go with the ball because he was on the turf a lot. Dropped by Louis Delmas there. And here comes Devin Taylor. Not only gets to him, but knocks the ball out, recovered by C.J. Mosley.
And remember all of the comments earlier? I was sitting there, was basically talking about these guys are, you call them scumbags or something, like some really nasty language. And I guess that really helped make them feel pretty good going into this game. Another pick.
Intercepted by DeAndre Levy. Flag for illegal formation on the. That one was declined. Packers' next drive.
Wow. Watch this. And look, Sue was about to eat him, and then he catches himself.
That's good. He's learning.
Yes.
Controlled emotion.
Green Bay defense on
but
the
look
sideline.
How block will beat a double team. This is why when he came into the league, people were comparing him. I don't know why they did to Reggie White.
No.
I mean, they were comparing. It was comparison.
Yes.
Because of he did things like that.
And ferocity, yes. But that's about it.
Let's go ahead and add some insult to injury here.
A grown man.
A one-handed touchdown catch. Left-handed. Now, maybe he is left-handed.
Could be, but
it's still one-handed.
That's nice.
That's just, yes.
So now it's 40-10. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers said, I best make it back a week from Sunday.
But keep this in mind. And I think because this is the glass half empty here. Matt Flynn averaging, basically in his last 2 appearances versus Detroit, 300 yards passing. And he's got 6 touchdowns, or 5 touchdowns.
There you go.
Averaging 2.5 touchdowns a game.
That's a nice way of looking at this.
Well, it is Thanksgiving. I'm feeling thankful.
A cute pig.
Yeah. It's a kind way of viewing what happened for the Green Bay Packers on offense.
Lions and the Eagles right now. Matthew Stafford saying, the snow's not so bad. Look, we're indoors. It's fine. Nick Foles, look, I'm on the field. It's great. Not so much. Mac, Charlie, Dennis, Sweet D, day snow. Fighter of the night snow. Tons of it on the field. Snowed almost 6 inches during the game. Matthew Stafford had a tough time holding on to the football. So did Nick Foles. And Calvin Johnson, I'm pretty sure he would be a great Santa Claus. And here's why. Yeah, face full of snow, but look how he comes up. Look at that. He's got Santa's beard. There he is. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, Calvin, how about some touchdowns in fantasy? Okay. Second quarter, no score, something we haven't seen all season long. A Nick Foles interception. Maybe the Lions were just camouflaged with the snow. First pick after 19 touchdown passes. That would lead to a Joik Bell touchdown and 2-point conversion. Too tough to kick in the snow. Lions led it 8-0. Third quarter. Donnie Jones punting to Jeremy Ross. And the footing means great things for Ross. 58 yards later, he's in the end zone. And when you score a touchdown in the snow, you got to make a snow angel. Look, I'm going to tackle you so you can make a snow angel. There we go. 14-0 lead. They do not get the 2-point conversion. Ensuing Eagles drive, 1st and 10, their own 37. Nick Foles looking for Riley Cooper. Riley Cooper catches it, falls down into the snow, 44 yards. Watch it again. A great adjustment by Cooper over the shoulder to come down with the catch. Nick Foles pumped up. On the Lions 19, next play. Nick Foles looking for Deshaun Jackson in the back of the end zone. At least it looks like the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Looks like he came out of the stands to catch it. Eagles would go for 2, but not get it. They would trail 14-6. Fourth quarter, next Eagles possession after a Lions punt, and suddenly the Eagles decide, if we give it to LaShawn McCoy, maybe good things will happen. There goes LaShawn McCoy. 40-yard touchdown run. Eagles now trail 14-12. Eagles going to go for 2 on this, considering no one could kick. Nick Foles looking for Zach Ertz. Incomplete in the end zone, but a flag on the play. It looked like clean coverage. No. It was on Ndamukong Suh right here. The hands to the face. So the Eagles would get one more chance at the 2-point conversion. Their second attempt, they don't mess around. They give it to Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown touchdown. Look how clean his uniform is. Game is tied at 14. Eagles kick off. All the momentum in the world. Still a lot of momentum kicking it to Jeremy Ross. Still feeling the momentum. He stops at the 20. Still feeling. No, not so much. Alex Henry, no. 98 yards for a touchdown. Ross's second touchdown of the game. Lions 2-point conversion fails, though. They still lead 20-14. So now it's the Eagles. They decide, well, we gave it to LaShawn McCoy, and he ran for a 40-yard touchdown. Can he get there from 57 yards out? Yes, he can. Through the line, the Lions miss containment. 57 yards for the score, his second of the game. McCoy is pumped. Eagles tie the game at 20. Philadelphia, they go for 2. Nick Foles looking for Riley Cooper. And he comes down with it. Great catch. Eagles lead 22-20. So now the Eagles get the ball back after a Lions punt. LaShawn McCoy, we've seen this a lot before. There he goes, breaks free. Makes a lot of people miss for a 26-yard gain. Watch this one again. Glover Quinn, and that one goes down to the 45-yard line. McCoy finished with 217 yards and 2 touchdowns. Next, Eagles possession after a Lions punt, 4th and goal at the 1. Officials ask the crew to clear the goal line so they can see it. Nick Foles sneaks up the middle for a touchdown. Eagles 2-point conversion try fails, but they lead 28-20. Shades of the snowplow game. Now it's the Lions trying to get back in it. Stafford hits Joik Bell. Jump over Nate Allen. There you go, Joik. He picks up 28 yards. Reggie Bush did not play today. Flared up his calf during warm-up so Joik Bell could do things like this. You can jump like that 6 inches into the snow. That goes down to the Eagles 24. Next play, 1st and 10. Matthew Stafford. Oh boy, eek. Michael Kendricks recovers for the Eagles. They would score again to win 34-20. Chip Kelly very happy for win number 8.
Of 7 and 6 teams, and they both needed this one. The Ravens looking to win their 4th in a row. Meanwhile, the Lions were kind of trending in the wrong direction, but a win could amend that in a hurry. Reggie Bush doing his part early on. A 14-yard touchdown scamper as the Lions take an early 7-0 lead. Bush's 4th rushing touchdown of the season. Calvin Johnson shut down in the first half. Did not have any catches in the first quarter. We do not see this very often, DJ. Megatron not able to hold on to the ball.
And a lot of real estate on some of these drops, too. I mean, going to be big plays for the Detroit offense. You don't see that very often from Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson definitely not feeling it tonight. And penalties were an issue for the Detroit Lions. Joe Flacco's pass incomplete here, but you can see Louis Delmas gets called for defensive pass interference, giving the Ravens the ball at the Lions 10. We saw a lot of this tonight, Coach.
Well, and on a game where all they gave up was field goals, this was the difference because it brought them into field goal position in enough times. And when you lose by the margin you do, obviously it's huge.
Unnecessary roughness on Delmas, so the drive would result in a Justin Tucker field goal. That was a theme tonight. It's 3rd quarter now. Lions trailing 12-7. Matthew Stafford looking for Megatron again. This time he holds on, and it's a pickup of 37 yards. But there's a penalty for defensive offside. Didn't matter. It was declined. Lions in Ravens territory. 8 plays later, Stafford to Chris Durham in the end zone. Can't hold on, but there was probably a pretty good reason why he couldn't hold on to this ball. Take another look. Stafford, how can you not call this?
Terrible call. Terrible call by the official. They missed it. They'll be downgraded, and Detroit will get the call. Sorry, Coach. You missed it.
Yeah, they had to settle for a David Akers field goal. They still trailed 12-10. And here's Stafford again, looking for Chris Durham. Instead, he's picked off by Darrell Smith. The Ravens take over at the Lions 34. It's the Lions' 30th turnover of the season. 2nd in the NFL, DJ. They've been doing this too much this year.
Yeah, shot themselves in the foot throughout the ball game. Stafford loves to change his arm angle. Sometimes it gets away from him.
All right, here's Flacco to Marlon Brown. They lose one there. Take another look. You can see Flacco gets hit in the knee, DeAndre Levy's helmet, it probably should have called this, but they didn't.
Absolutely.
Coach.
That's the very definition of the rule.
So the Ravens settle on a 53-yard Justin Tucker field goal, add to their lead, making it 15-10 on the Lions' ensuing drive. Stafford to Calvin Johnson for a pickup at 21. 4 plays later, Stafford again throwing to Johnson for a pickup of 14. The Lions moving down the field, and then a couple of plays later, Stafford says, I'm going to go in a different direction. How about Brandon Pettigrew? An 18-yard gain here. Harbaugh would challenge the ruling here, but the Ravens would lose their first time out. It was ruled a catch. 3 plays later, all this guy does is score a touchdown. Joseph Fourier, his 7th touchdown of the season, and the Lions decide to go for 2 after the dance. Coach, you like that, don't you?
No, I don't.
You don't like it?
As a
Everybody
matter
likes
of
that
fact.
dance. Well, they go for 2. Megatron cannot hold on, so it's incomplete. The Lions have a 1-point lead on the Ravens' ensuing drive. Flacco looking for Jacoby Jones.
3rd and 15, Dan.
That was huge. Picks up 27. Justin Tucker waiting, looking on, wondering if he'll have a chance. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 10 on the Lions' 45. They give it to Ray Rice. That's a 3-yard gain. The Ravens take their final timeout. And in comes Justin Tucker from 61 yards out. And he sneaks it just inside the right upright. The Ravens take an 18-16 lead. Take another look at just how close this was. Hey, doesn't matter how close it was, it's good. Harbaugh's loving it. The Lions can't believe it on their sideline. They still have a chance, though. Matthew Stafford. Oh, no. This isn't what you wanted to do here. Picked off by, guess who? How about that?
How about that?
Matt Elam.
How about that? Hey, if you're going to talk the talk,
Walk the
walk.
walk, and he certainly backed it up today. Just a huge win on the road for the Ravens, who are only 1-5 coming in. They beat the Lions. That's a big hit to the Lions' playoff chances, and certainly a boon for the Ravens.
Jim Schwartz and the Lions, they needed to beat the Giants just to stay in the playoff picture. 4th quarter, up 7, but Matthew Stafford looking for Joseph Fourier. Boing. Will Hill.
Will Hill run that field to the house. Yes,
Stafford does have 15 picks in his last 8 games.
He got 15 picks in 8 games. Ain't nobody going to say nothing.
Now here's where things get interesting. 22 seconds left. Lions, 2 timeouts. What are they going to do? In regulation, run the ball, and let's listen, see how the Lions crowd enjoyed that. What's Jim Schwartz looking at the crowd for?
He ain't going to look at him no more after next week.
All right, in overtime,
on TV.
both teams have had a possession, so that means next score wins. Eli Manning to Jernigan, who earlier scored his first touchdown.
That was a big play right there by Eli.
And then Josh Brown for the game winner to end the Lions' season. This from 45 yards out. Giants win, Lions lose, but was it Jim Schwartz's final game in Detroit as a head coach?
Detroit football. Thanks for the memories. Final game at Mall of America Field. Jim Schwartz, Leslie Frazier, couple of coaches on the hot seat. 3rd Vikings drive, 1st and 10 from midfield. Cordero Patterson takes end around left, cuts back right, makes a couple guys miss, and there he goes. I'm telling you, squint your eyes, he looks like Randy Moss. He has become a huge weapon the last few weeks for Minnesota. Flag did not matter. Vikings up 7-0, 5 straight games with a touchdown for Patterson. How about Jared Allen? Could be his final game as a Viking. Ensuing Lions drive, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Matthew Stafford back to pass, pump fakes. Instead, sacked by Allen for a 6-yard loss. Lions playing without Calvin Johnson, who was inactive on the day. 10.5 sacks on the season for Allen. He added another late in the game. Next Vikings drive, Jared Allen in at tight end. Now he becomes a 2-sided threat. 1st and goal from the 2. Castle the pass. He's got Jared Allen wide open. And he overthrows Jared Allen. That would haunt the Vikings. Watch it again. Jared Allen is wide open. Even stretches. And Matt Castle misses him. 2 plays later, 3rd and goal from the 2. You're still thinking, well, the Vikings will get some points here. We'll be fine. Castle throws left. Delmas picks him off in the end zone, returns it all the way to the Lions' 36. Big play by the Lions. And, well, this sign you're going to see is going to be pretty apropos. The Dome made it to the Super Bowl. Got to take your victories where you can get them. 3rd quarter, Lions trail 7-0, still 9th play of the drive. 3rd and 4 from the Vikings 19. Stafford, short to Reggie Bush. Bush cuts through the middle, stops, cuts back to the right-hand side into the end zone for the touchdown. Bush later eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark for rushing this season. Reggie Bush having a nice game, and yep, people getting ready to say goodbye to the Metrodome. 4th quarter, Lions lead 13-7. Would they say farewell with a win or a loss? 2nd and 13 from their own 20. Stafford back to pass, sacked by Everson Griffin, loses 13 yards. The Lions have to punt. So, here's the Vikings, 9.5 to go. Castle throws left for Cordero Patterson for the 8-yard touchdown. Vikings up 14-13. They close the Metrodome with a victory over Detroit.